Every driver should pay their tolls and on time. But when small debts explode into tens of thousands of dollars, it raises questions about fairness. How much is too much? And why do so many drivers claim they weren't warned until it was too late? Tonight, investigator Mahsa Saeidi continues to press the MTA for answers in our series, Driven into Debt.
I call them, I make a payment manually, everything's done. Boom.
Chris Zimring thought he was keeping up. The Staten Island father and Rikers Island officer crosses the Verrazano twice a day, calling E-ZPass every few weeks to pay his balance. Then in 2023, a notice from the DMV.
It says when you owe $200, that's when they move to suspend your registration. So I'm like, what can it be, $200-300, whatever, I'll pay it right now. I bring it up, $25,000. These are late fees, things that I was never notified about.
Zimring says he only had one account and he thought he was paying it off.
So then how did it get out of control?
They told me that when your account goes negative, if you go through the toll again, it doesn't register.
Zimring's E-ZPass didn't auto-refill, so when his account went negative, he says the system stopped charging his tag. Instead, cameras captured his plate. That's when the trip switched from E-ZPass to tolls by mail, a separate billing system. Zimring claims the tolls by mail notices went to an old address, even though he'd updated it. By the time he found out, the late fees from the MTA had exploded.
Why didn't they flag my registration for suspension when I allegedly owed them $200? They waited till I was $25,000 in the hole.
Under state law, the MTA can direct the DMV to suspend registration if a driver owes $200 or more or has 3 or more unpaid violations. But when does that referral actually happen? We asked the MTA, they wouldn't say, instead sending this statement, quote, "People who pay, unlike this driver who evaded 410 tolls and ignored 142 properly delivered notices, don't have to pay late fees." Here's what those late fees look like by 2025. Zimring owed about $4,000 in tolls. In total, the MTA charged him more than $36,000 in fees. The late fees, nearly 9 times the tolls. An MTA spokesperson declined to answer our questions about billing, notice, or suspensions.
Why? Why is this happening? Why is it getting so out of hand? And we've never gotten those answers.
Denise Pacheco handles E-ZPass complaints for Staten Island Assemblymember Mike Riley's office. She says Zimring isn't alone.
Almost every constituent that calls this office tells us, I received no notices until I received the suspension notice of my registration. Can they all be telling the same story? Why aren't we working more with them? Why aren't we capping the fees?
One tolling agency has capped late fees. While the MTA charges $50 for every unpaid toll, the Thruway Authority charges just one $50 fee per month. That means while the MTA's fees can reach tens of thousands of dollars, the Thruway's fees max out at $600 a year. Assemblymember Mike Riley is proposing legislation to cap all fees and more.
One of the key aspects is to have the DOT state commissioner do an audit of E-ZPass.
They're just raking in money from everybody.
What has been the financial impact of this?
Well, my house almost went into foreclosure. It's just all around. It's bad. It's bad what they're doing.
So after Riley's office got involved in Zimring's case, the MTA struck a deal, cutting his late fees in half. For the next 4 years, Zimring has to pay the MTA $472 a month. And Dickie has 2 kids. You have children. You know how expensive. They just had birthdays, Christmas coming up, the mortgage bill. It's a lot for people.
But so far, it doesn't seem that those rules are going to change as of now, except for maybe a new law, perhaps.
We're going to continue working on the story and showing the impact it's had. I have so many people that have reached out to me.
All right. You will stay on it as you always do, Mahsa Saeidi. Thank you so much. And if you feel you've been driven into debt, scan the QR code on your screen to share it with Mahsa and our investigative team.